Hey guys, so today we're taking a look at our updated Monkey D Luffy deck profile. We did go undefeated at our locals, taking home another winner card. We have updated it without the Gecko Moria, so it's a pretty fun to navigate using the Animal Kingdom package and Straw Hat build. We'll definitely go through everything and how to navigate the current meta between the different matches, and then seeing the different combinations and how to really go full power with this deck. But we'll start off with the leader itself. It is a 5-cost leader. Attaching 1 Dawn gives all your characters +1 cost, and then if there's an 8 cost or more on field, he becomes a 6k leader. So pretty fun, pretty powerful, but we'll go through that there. First off, obviously you'll be starting off with 10 Dawn. This is the Bob Lucci SquarePants Dawn sleeves that will be available on our merch store, or if you see me at the different events, come up to me and then I can get you some of this too, or let me know and we can do some drop shipping for people who wants to get some merch. But we'll start off with a staple of the deck we run a 3 of, which is the 1000 Sunnies. For 1 cost, you'll be able to get a stage. Any of your Straw Hat black mono cards will get 1 cost, and then also it draws a card. And then obviously it's not going to become a dead card, because for 1 Dawn you can draw a card, which is super powerful. We run a 3 of, so it doesn't end up getting stuck in your hand. You'll be able to just get 1 Dawn and draw, which is pretty powerful. The next up we use is the Searcher, which is going to be the Queen here. 1 cost, 2000 attacker, 1k counter. Look at your top 5 cards for Animal Kingdom other than Queen, and then place the rest in any order to the bottom of your deck. So your staple Searcher, looking for Animal Kingdom. The next up is a 4 of. It's going to be your 2k counter, 1 cost, 1000 attacker. This one on active main, you're able to rest this card for 1 Dawn, and then give -2 cost to any character on your opponent's field, which will synergize well with the cost reduction of the animal pirate engine. We run a 1 of the Sheep's Head here, which for 2 cost, 1000 counter, 3000 attacker. For 2 Dawn you play it, and then you can just attach a Dawn. It doesn't rest or anything, but it gives a 1k aura. It's just kind of a cool tech to add in for some of the finishers, for that extra oomph, for that extra reductions to kind of clear board. But we only do run a 1 of that. We don't always use it, but it does come in clutch from time to time. Next up is not an Animal Kingdom pirate card, but another very strong card, since this is a Straw Hat Animal Kingdom hybrid. We do use a 3 of the Brook here, which is a 3 cost, 4000 attacker, 1k counter. On play, when attacking, give up to your opponent's -1 cost, and then KO 0 cost. So comboing with Shishiki, Sheep's Head, or other cost reductions in this deck will allow you that strong early game to really keep control of your opponent's board, which is super strong. Definitely will want that in an opening hand. The next card that we use here is going to be your Scratchman Apu. 4 cost, 1k counter, 5000 attacker. For this one, he is a blocker, once per turn active main. Also, he will give -1 cost to one of your opponent's characters, and then you don't have to rest him, and he's a blocker also. So another great card, a part of the Animal Kingdom engine. We definitely do run a 4 of that, and it's also searchable. So here is one of the non-searchable cards, Kuzan. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. On play, you draw a card, and then when attacking, give out -4 cost. So once again, a lot of cost reduction in this deck profile. Super strong. We just run a 2 of, just because it is not searchable. It's not really brick, and it's not super needed for your curve. But if you do see it, it is a great tech to include in this deck for sure. The next up is going to be another Animal Kingdom, great for a starter, or great just to have in hand early on. 1k counter, 4 cost, 6000 power ulti. It's just a vanilla stat, but it does pair with another card that's super powerful. Once again, I will go on how to really navigate this deck so you can see how to really run it efficiently. But only a 2 of. This is something I would consider increasing in the future, but the next one to pair to go with it is going to be your page 1, which is 5 costs, your 1000 counter, 5000 attacker. On play, you're able to play an ulti with 4 costs or less from your trash. So once again, pairs in this, you can either mulligan for this or have this in hand, use it as a counter, play on your 4 turn, swing it out, get removed, goes to trash, and then next turn pair it with your page 1, and then be able to play page 1 and ulti and kind of respam the board, which can be pretty annoying but also a fun combo to do. This deck profile is pretty tight right now. I may change the ratio up on that, but for now that's what we're keeping. The next up is going to be your 2k counter, 5 cost, 5000 attacker. This one trash 1 of your card and KO a 3 cost or less. Also on trigger, you're able to KO a 3 cost also. So if you do hit it from trigger, pretty powerful, but also a great 2k counter. In the current meta, I really don't use the on KO effect much, just because you are losing some of that hand size. Is generally more of a 2k counter, but I have used this in certain situations just because 5 costs is a lot. But if you're able to combo it with some cost reduction and then remove something, it might be a scenario that you'll end up actually using the on play. The next up is going to be a 3 of Sanji from the starter deck again. 5 cost, 6000 power. On play, KO one of your opponents 5 costs or less, as long as you have a 6 cost or more. So if you were to, let's say, get the stage, that will increase him to a 6 because he does count himself with the aura to use it. So stage or attach Dawn to leader will allow you to use this on the 6 Dawn turn or 5 Dawn turn. As long as you have the stage, you can pop 1 of 5 costs. So using comboing this with some cost reduction later on in the game is super strong too. Next up is an old favorite of mine. It is the blocker Sabo. 5 cost, 6000 power, 1k counter. He is a blocker, but on play, you draw none of your characters on field can be KO'd by your opponent's effect. It also allows you to draw 2 pitch 2, so it allows you to really cycle your can, and super strong card. But we of that. Excuse me. Next up, we run a 4 of the Nico Robin, 1k counter, 6 cost, 7000 attacker. Once again, if you have the stage, if you attach a Dawn, you are able to get 5 cost reduction to one of your opponent's characters, or at least if you can't do it on play, then you can always get it when attacking. But establishing it early on is great. Sometimes you would want to chain this with 2, or you're going to add in another card that's in the deck that will really push this up and allow you to use it very efficiently with another few synergizing card, which will be more shown in our high end. But Nico Robin, 4 of. I did run a 3 of, but I did find that I did want to be able to use her more, so I did increase the 4 of, but you may want to remove this depending on your playstyle. Next up, OP10 cards, 6 cost Luffy, 7000 power. Once per turn, this character cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effect. So it's kind of like the Hawkins in the green cards, where you're really unable to, your opponent really has to like double tap him to really kill him. Obviously, if they swing into him, then it's going to be an issue, but great card just to throw a wrench in your opponent's gameplay, just because a lot of times they don't realize you can't KO it. But also, when attacking, if you place 3 cards from your trash into your deck again, you're able to then force your opponent who has 5 cards or more to trash 1 card. So reducing that hand size, not being able to remove, swinging for 7. Great tech card. Seeing on curve is very powerful. Having that attached Dawn will increase him to a 7. Having that Sunny will increase him to 8. Difficult to really remove, even now, more so now, because Ice Age can't just minus them down. So it's pretty powerful card. We do run 2 of. A lot of times you will use it as counter, but definitely needed in the deck profile for sure. The next up is a 3 of Jack. Another great card, 7 costs, 8,000 power. This character also gains 4 costs, pushing him up to 11 with attached Dawn to your leader, making him a 12. Very hard to remove. And then active main, so not even on play. You're able to draw a card, discard 1, and then KO a 3 or less. So combining that with like the Nika Robin or all the cost reduction in this deck profile, cycling Jack, drawing card, just finding those 2Ks, finding all the stuff that you need. Great card. We do only run a 3 of it though. Next up, a staple, not a Straw Hat, not a Animal Kingdom, but is a Sabo. 8 cost, 9,000 power. This is one of your few top end cards in this deck. You're able to trash 1 card and KO a 5 and a 3 costs from your opponent's field. There's no Dawn minus or anything. It puts that 8 cost on field to allow you to use a lot of your other cost reduction from like Robin, also making your leader a 6k power. We do run a 2 of. I am considering going up to 3 of, but with this meta, there's a few different paths for your high end, but definitely a great card if you can really play this on curve by popping and clearing a lot of your opponent's characters early on. But we run a 2 of that there. The next one here is really a cool card. It is harder to play if you don't find your Jack and Sabos and whatnot, but really puts people off guard because they're not used to seeing rush cards in the blacks, like the navy style or the black cards. So if you essentially you can attach to leader, and then if you have stage, this card will get rush. If you have a Jack down, he'll get rush. But great because it's not an on play. You'll be able to really use this against like Blackbeard and other stuff like that, and kind of throw people off guard because they don't really see rush cards in it. So it can really help you finish the game off. Between Sabos and the Luffy here, that's super powerful for your high end. And the last card that we have added in is a searchable. It's just a 1 of. I might consider adding more, but I do like finishing the game with that Sabo, with that Luffy. But we're going with this 9 cost Kaido, 9,000 power. Activate main, trash 1 of your cards in your hand, and then if this card was played this turn, you then are able to KO up to 1 of your opponent's 7 costs or less, and then your opponent has to trash a card too. So once again, super powerful, especially if you have some of your Apus and some other cost reductions on field to really devastate different character, like just really reducing 3 more costs by having maybe like a Apu, or if you had like a Robin, you're just able to clear a big body pretty powerfully, and then it's activate main, so it's not even on play, so it will work against Blackbeard and whatnot. But that is the deck profile here. I will go through the navigation on what you kind of want to see, what kind of combinations that generally work pretty well. First off, we will generally want to find the Sunny. If you are able to find a Sunny, you're pretty much want to keep, especially if you can pair that into with like a Brook, a Pooh, something like with a Sanji. Any of these in your opening hand is super powerful. If you have like even just the Sunny plus a Brook, or a combination of anything, not well, a Pooh's great too. You can definitely add more, but even like a Searcher Queen definitely will help you find what you need to open up pretty strong. Jack is good also, and Queen can search any Animal Kingdom pirates, so super powerful either way. That's generally what you're going to be wanting to look for your opening hands to really be really able to control the board and just clear everything out. Other combinations that are super good, once again, opening hand, you may want to consider is if you see ulties, you generally want to grab her to use her as counter, play her early on. But the sooner you can put her into trash and then draw a page 1, then you're going to be able to kind of get that extra value of playing that extra 4 costs for free. So if you're able to find ultis, use her as counter early, or play her, swing her, she gets killed, find a page 1, it's in trash already, play page 1 and then play her for free. But great combination. Once again, I would probably consider adding more ultis just so we can see her in trash, use her as counter, and then if we get lucky to find a page 1, we'll have that ulti ready in trash. So definitely pick up that combinations if you're able to. Other combinations that are pretty cool is going to be your Robin, establishing 2 early Robins, establishing a Kuzan, establishing your Scratchman Apu. Any of these combinations, these are all cost reduction cards for you. It's super strong. You can pair these into your Sanjis, your Brooks. You can pair them all into the different tie-in Sabo combinations to just clear board. Super powerful for sure. Kuzan, like I said, you play it, you draw a card, you get the cost reduction. Generally gets removed pretty quickly, but it's still definitely worth it. If you are able to establish the like Scratchman Apu or some other cost reduction, you can always use your Sabo card to really protect them, so you can get that cost reduction staying on board. So then you can kind of pair it into the Sanji and the Jacks. So definitely a lot of early end curve, also a lot of mid end. You'll definitely want to get the Jack down just to keep the cost reduction up, to keep your leader as a 6k leader, and then also allow you to use the on-play effects from like Nico Robin. Other stuff, if you don't find, generally is used more for 1k counter, but for decks that has a lot of removal or like KO effect, playing this early on is great too, because once again you're able to force them to discard a card from their hand if they have 6 or more cards or 5 more cards, and then also it's a pretty heavy swinger. Out of a lot of games you will use it more as counter because there is stronger mid-end combinations, but definitely a cool card, and I probably consider just keeping it at 2. I don't know if I would want to see it more, and removing 1 might be too much, but we'll have to work with the ratio more. What's another combination that's super powerful here? The Kaido, the Soap Sheep. It pretty much plays itself if you do like that cost reduction style of game, and since Gecko Moria is really out of the game now, super powerful. The Lucci matchup of this can be pretty tight also, just because they have a lot of removal and cost reduction also, but because this boosts everything up, and with no Ice Age, it is more difficult for Lucci to really clear your board out. But yeah, that's the pretty much a deck profile on it. For the different matchups, we have been seeing more Battle Betty games at the locals and whatnot. This is actually really hard for Battle Betty because you're able to really clear stuff out with Brooks. You're able to clear stuff out with Sanji. You just kind of starve them out, go kind of wide. Once you hit that like 4 strong characters on board and continuously clearing their board, getting rid of their Karatsus and stuff, once you kind of starve them out and then have like 3 or 4 big swingers, you just kind of swing out and go for it, and hopefully they don't hit any crazy triggers. But Bell Betty, great matchup into it. Lucci's probably close to a 50-50, if not a slight edge to Lucci. It just depends on how many combinations that they're going to see, and what they get in their trash. Again, Shanks is pretty good too. Like a control Shanks, you're able to remove a lot of this. You're able to combo those Nico Robins. You get like double Nico Robins down, or just a little extra cost reduction. You can easily go 5. Play this before. and then play Sanji, popping like 5-cost Shanks and whatnot. So a lot of cool tech, a lot of way to remove a lot of the bigger bodies. Other matchup such as Bonnie can be pretty hard with the new like Smoker Tashiki, since they are banishing your cards and then also really able to saving their kids and whatnot. But once again, a lot of cost reduction. The Sabo being able to remove a lot of their stuff. Just be careful removing like the Rosinante and stuff, because it can protect the Shishiki and whatnot too. So it's one of those things where you just kind of have to math it out a little more. What our matchup it's pretty good into Blue Dofi, just because it does have a lot of protection, a lot of removal. Other matchup that ends up being pretty decent too is into like Black Yellow Kid. Just essentially don't kill the Basil Hawkins until you're at like close to 0 life, so you don't rip it, because they're gonna have a lot of kind of rip it. Establish a lot of your blockers, a lot of your cost reduction, clear stuff out as you can. Yeah, overall this will have a little more issues into like pure Zerg, so Zoro can be pretty difficult. I will have to play test a little more. This is one of the decks that I am considering playing for the regionals coming up, just because I think it has a lot of versatility and it can throw, like, a lot of people won't really know what's in it, so it's something I am considering. We are going to be working on our Peanut Butter Luffy without deck profile next. We have built it up, we've been simming, we've been playing with it, been fixing it up, but that will be the next deck profile. My Blipple Kaido is coming up. We're building Bonnie. We're testing everything, just because I will be heading to Montreal for the offline regionals there, and then also to Toronto for the regionals there. So if you are going to hit those events, keep an eye out for me. We do have mats for sale. We do have some hats and some Dawn sleeves and other merch coming up too, so definitely check it out. This is like I said, the winter card that I got. The new sets of winter cards are starting to come out, so we definitely will be taking a look at those. This looks like a blue card, and I think it's a pudding. I think this is the last winter card I needed for my collection too, so I don't know if I pull a pudding, but perhaps we'll put that into our Blurple Kaido 2 or any of our blue decks, because super strong card for sure. But that is the deck profile. Let me know what you think. If you guys figure out any other sauce or thinking of a way to make this even stronger, let me know. If you have any questions about different matchups, or if you want different cards to change out if you can't get access to it, let me know. I might be able to help give you alternative ones. But I hope you guys enjoy that. If you do like these type of deck profiles, definitely hit that like, hit that subscribe. We have a lot more content coming. We have our Montreal vlog coming up, and once again, if you do need some singles or some alt art bling, make sure you use that discount code on top of that screen there at checkout, MK27 Hobbies at 401 Games for 5% off of your One Piece singles. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.